Maybe I'm wrong. I should stop talking, probably.
So PSG.LGD set up for success, and Aster set up for XXX.
Yeah, these, yeah. Are you gonna do bad puns now as well? Is that what's gonna happen? But
I casted one game with Lacoste. I got infected, bro.
Yeah, but no one else can do what he does. That's the trick. I feel like LGD's lineup though just feels so damn good. Like, it's in the meta. They have everything that it takes. At the same time, Aster, maybe if they play this game real fast, they can dominate it. Remember the good old Morphling Spirit Breaker combo? Sadly, he can't do the same thing right now, but it would have been really difficult if he could to deal with.
You know, this is the second time today that you said, remember this good old Morphling combo. None of them were good combos. They sucked. All way too busted. Morphling hero, it's awful, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No one liked playing against that. Good old Morphling plus Earthshaker combo. Making
Earthshaker, Dark Willow, Spirit Breaker.
You know, all of these, they came after. Morphling and Earthshaker, that was the OG combo, right? That was the combo that made SCA relevant back in the day. Like, they were literally owning with it.
Crushing games with some cheese. Now, though, we're going to have our first game of these two titans taking each other on for the honor of being called the best in China. LGD in this mid lane, Sumail versus NTS. We've seen this matchup many, many times, but the skill level of these guys makes it... You know how much I hate mid lane matchups right now, but this one is probably worth watching. Oh, no! No! Say it ain't so.
I hope it's not. I really hope it's not so. We'll see. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
I was going to say, this mid lane is going to be fun to watch. Like, this is going to be very high skill. And mid is generally very boring these days, but these two guys have never done anything boring in their lives.
Never?
Never, bro. Not even once.
Seriously? They don't wash their face in a boring way or brush their teeth in a boring way? Do they do it with their feet?
Sumail brushes his face at 9k MMR, 10k MMR level, bro. He brushes his face, brushes his teeth, and washes his... Exactly. Brushes his face and washes his teeth with like a rag. That's what he does.
I see. So
it's new tech beyond us mere mortals.
Yeah. You need to win TI to unlock this new tech. I see. No one is on that level just yet. You usually ask me which one of these lanes are gonna have the most amount of fun happening, like kills. I feel like bottom lane should be very volatile. You have techies plus Magnus. The silencer needs to be extremely careful, but it doesn't have to mean that he's gonna be the one dying. You have Blood Grenade, you have Arcane's Curse. You can, if techies is out of position, you can take him down with Waveform. On top lane, however, I feel like Spirit Breaker and Kotl, how much can they do? How much pressure can they actually dish out here? If Spirit Breaker, if he gets a good start, I feel like he can be really difficult to deal with.
We are back into the game, so we're going to be finding out which one of these lanes will fulfill this prediction. Down bottom, New should also just be farming away for the most part. He's starting to soften up the silencer, just to make sure that when they do get to level 2, level 3, they have all the tools necessary.
Yeah, he's marinating right now. They're marinating him a little bit.
We want our entree to be nice and juicy.
Nice and
mid.
Yeah.
Nice and boring, but so who wins here? Like not the heroes, just like skill wise. Who do you think is the better mid laner at the moment between Sumail and NTS?
NTS, of course. I love the silence.
Done. I love he just went in. I was like, oh, is he gonna know? I will not justify this.
I love the silence. No,
you did the. I will not be answering questions.
There's no justification from my side. It's just I see too many. Oh my God, my emperor in the chat, so I want to mess with them. That's all, nothing more. Okay. But Sumail is on fire at the moment. I feel like when it's his heroes are being first phase banned in a patch in which offlaners are the most broken. Baboka.
Almost died for first blood, but instead the first blood happens on the other side of the map. Crystal Maiden will end up taking a tumble to the Spirit Breaker. That's so sad. Shiro wanted to chase and get a kill, and instead XXX gets off to that good start you want them to have.
Yeah. It was basically this trade-off in which PL thought, okay, I get Keeper, you get CM, but Keeper. There's a bit of a difference between him and CM, and that difference is basically boots. Like,
Yeah.
Boots amount of movement speed on that level 1. Kind of difficult to...
Speaking of the CM, she got charged into again. Okay, I thought Baboka was going to think about blinding lighting him back, but decides against it. They're still in the marination phase, so it's still cool.
Yeah, no, not ready yet. Not ready yet to jump them. But yeah, I was a bit wrong when it comes to the action. On top lane, it happened a bit sooner than it did on bottom. By the way, why doesn't this Lotus pool spawn on the exact 3-minute mark? Why do I always have to wait like a half a second before I use it? Please fix.
Because you're a beta gamer, bro, that's why.
Ah, okay, yeah, of course. Sumail.
Ooh. Almost got 1v1 by NTS, but did manage to get himself back to safety. Baboka shows up with a healing salve as well. And he came immediately. Well, the new twins are now occupying this mid lane together.
The best thing is he can also just leave. He gave nothing to say with the tips. He's like, can you get out, please? Like, let me have a fair lane. What the hell is this? He came in with the salve, with chakra magic, gave him a tango. Come on, bro. Let us have a normal match.
Let's see if he can also prevent NTS from picking up the water rune as well.
does.
Oh my god, Baboka, what a player. This will cost his life potentially
Will it?
here. Aether Remnant from Sumail keeps him alive.
I think he's fine.
NTS doesn't have slide chains again for another 5 seconds. But Smile does have the frostbite, so they do get the kill. Does NTS get out of this is the question. Blast off will come in onto Sumail, holding and buying some time. But eventually they find the kill, and Planet might also be in some jeopardy. But they can't find all the damage from PQ.
I mean, when you have support such as these two, I feel like... I can't say that even I would do well, but Sumail is very lucky to have both Baboka and is it Pichu? It is Pichu, right? On his side.
Both of them have, of course, made his life a lot easier. Ensure that NTS dies. Give him a juice, a bit of a boost in the net worth department. You like to see it. Down bottom, unfortunately, they weren't able to punish anybody else on the side of Team Aster as these moves were happening, as they also had to respond with their own supports. So the side lanes just ended up being farm fests during these rotations mid.
Yep, I think that's pretty much what always happens when you have Spirit Breaker into PL. Spirit Breaker into most of these carries the Torrent lane dominators, just does well. He actually dishes out an insane amount of damage with level 2 charge, level 3 greater bash, so you can even be aggressed upon by a Spirit Breaker if you're not that careful. Sumail hits 6 mid before Nothing to Say does. Oh, but the Remnant doesn't connect.
Had that Remnant connected, he definitely goes in with the Astral Step.
Yep.
But it does not. NTS gets to stay alive. It still gets to remain very, very close middle. And we now have a 6-minute rune contest. Baboka gives Sumail some chakra magic. The rune will spawn on the top side. It's an Invis rune bottled by NTS. And now they also want to kill Baboka. Smile will have Frostbite again in 2 seconds. NTS has chains already.
Deny.
And this should enable them to easily get the kill. The creeps don't find the deny, but they are looking for revenge. Sadly though, as Sumail was coming in, thinking about using the Astral Step, they don't have any vision, so this Invis rune will provide invulnerability to NTS.
Yeah, he's still not level 6 though. It's kind of hurting him a bit. Can't make any huge movements, but okay, they do get the Kotl. Pesky again tried to take away the rune. There's just... You know that 6 heroes are gonna be on the mid lane every pair amount of minutes. So 4, 6 onwards, 6 people. nothing to say, get some stacks at least. So that's nice. If you're LGD,
Yep.
it's a small
That's
recovery
gonna
for
fund
him.
his recovery.
Yeah.
Well, right now, while he's busy recovering in that area, Magnus is busy farming bottom. They actually could potentially bring in another hero because New does have level 6. So Monet, not the safest person on the map. And the techies is right behind. So they are going to try this potentially. If he goes too far forward from Monet, he could die. But it's hard. It's a hard
It's
kill.
a hard
It's
kill,
Morphling.
yeah. They can try. Maybe with some blast off first. Still possible if he's not careful. There we go.
Blast off does come on first. There's the RP. Frostbite's out as well. They skewer him back, but he should just be able to waveform away. And they don't have the damage. They tried though. Had that come just before the attribute shifts connected, then maybe.
Mid lane.
Mid lane though, we're gonna have some danger onto Sumail, NTS. Could potentially choose to dive him here. As a remnant at the ready. It's about to be 8 minutes, so where's the rune gonna spawn? Is it bottom or top? It is gonna be bottom.
Yeah.
It's a haste rune, so you could still trigger this and use
could-
this elsewhere on the map.
This could be a Morphling or top rotation. Let's see, because Shiro, they're also trying to be aggressive on him.
Does have YU Smile coming into a system here. He's looking now for the silencer. They want to punish Pick They can't find him. And if XXX is the one you're going for, you will be very disappointed to find you're not going to kill him. And they don't even attempt it because they realize this. So this early game, it's so far not having that many kills happen.
Sumail is changing
NTS
that.
will pop the haste rune. Sumail going in, trying to get something going in the top lane. Will be able to pick off YE Smile. He's still involved in the fight, so hopefully he can pick off this PL as well. Shiro falling lower and lower and will eventually take a
Bottom
tumble.
lane.
At the same time, down bottom, they're going on to Monet's Morphling. They're chasing him down. He's out of mana. And last time, they had to commit everything to just not kill him.
Courier.
This time, they bring in even more, and they do bring him down. Although it does cost Planet's Courier to make that happen.
Oh, the tragedy. How will he ever survive? But yeah, okay, the courier was bringing like a stick and some boards, I think. Overall, mirrored movements from both of these teams, kind of to be expected. The skill level is very similar, and you can see it demonstrated right here. LGD, they take down the Morphling at the same time. The PL dies on top. And Tier 1 towers, minute 10, they do fall. Now the question is, which one of these teams is happier making that aggression on the mid lane? It's usually Aster that does it, and they smoke up.
Yeah. We're getting close to their nominal 12-minute timing where they bring in the entire lineup to the mid lane. It could be accelerated if they find a pick-off from this. They get the Aether Remnant out onto YU Smile, but looking at the circumstances here, jumping in does feel a bit too difficult. So Sumail and the boys will give up the attempt and just go back to farming.
And I think to say he got that arcane rune as well, so you probably don't want to be fighting him. Well, he has that. What's our boy Mag doing? He's actually building into Meko Saber. Vanguard Echo, nothing really special. Is the same old build, right? Like the Echo with, into Blink, into Harpoon.
Yep. That's become the stock standard Magnus build. The only player within the entire division that doesn't build it that way is JT. But JT is a special lad in everything he does, so he can do what he wants. Mid lane, they're setting up potentially for Sumail here, but he does get away from YU Smile before the Frostbite connects. And this might set them up to jump back in, but they don't have the global silence just yet, so need more experience on the silencer before you can make these moves happen.
Yeah, I very, very rarely see a silencer with level 6 minute 10. Like his lane has to go really well. Like he needs to be getting some kills, and if that is happening, sure. But besides that, like you in general need to give him some space, some farm.
Who was it yesterday that was... Were they level 7 at minute 11 or something on silencer?
Yeah, there was a game. There was also a game where silencer was level 4 minutes 13.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
to
true.
say. It was charged, but instead they smoke up and cancel it. There's a Shadow Blade, by the way, on SB.
Yeah, Shadow Blade, and he still has the Nether Strike available, so you might want to utilize that. Crystal Maiden, she will end up popping the smoke. She'll give up her life for this, but she has scouted out the gank. Information has been preferred. And she will end up a dead.
Yep.
Mid lane. They might actually be able to kill NTS as well. XXX has a charge again. He throws it in onto this Ember, and he might go all the way.
Oh, he cancels it.
He has level 4 bash, but he cancels it. Maybe he was scared of getting steering chain in front of the tier 2 tower.
100%, yeah. That's what he was scared of, but little did he know that he actually could have done that. Maybe, meh. I mean, he could have, but he wouldn't get the kill. There's 15 magic wand charges on Ember. You don't kill him.
Instead, they'll content themselves with killing the tier 1 tower middle instead.
Yeah,
Opening up some space on the map.
the 12-minute mark, mid tier 1, dying. Classic Aster move.
We'll also see how they decide to defend these stacks here. Because while they're farming all these ancients, PSG.LGD will certainly be incentivized to come and steal this, and they have the heroes that can do it. So it needs to be a priority to ensure that they're always available for the Morphling and crew to farm.
Yeah, they didn't really have a lot of stacks though. Both of these sides, like LGD did create some, and they farmed them already. Ember farmed the medium camp, and he farmed the hard camp in the triangle. But besides that, yeah, the teams haven't really focused that much on the stacks, which is interesting. Usually they do. There's global silence, and why you smile once again.
He gets charged into. There is a global, but they won't need it to kill him off. We'll see if they require it if they want to go onto Shiro. But they don't decide to make that jump. That's what they really wanted with the smoke. So that's 2 attempts right now from Aster to find a core hero on the map that instead get intercepted by the Crystal Maiden.
Charge. Shiro, they see him.
Going on to Shiro now. And they have Nether Strike as well. There's going to be global silence to ensure they have the cover. But do they have the damage for the kill? Shiro is still alive, but will eventually fall. The question is, can LGD find revenge for his life? Beautiful blinding light. Keeping XXX alive, and he charges away. He's actually going to live. The Spirit Breaker's not dead.
Boboka God, right there. Saving him, not only with the blinding light, but with Pavis as well, casting that shield on the Spirit Breaker. Just making sure, and Chakra Magic obviously getting that Charge of Darkness a bit earlier. Really nicely done. Ninjas, they go in, they kill the PL, and they all get away.
Big plays from Team Aster, putting pressure onto Shiro. And while all this is happening, Monet's just been farming, getting bigger and bigger on the Morphling. And this is certainly going to be one of those games where if they find themselves on the back end of a uber big Morphling, they're going to have some difficulties as LGD. But they smoke up themselves now. Hopefully they find the Morphling. That's what they're thinking at the moment.
Yeah, they want to get a counter kill, but Morphling is very difficult kill. Even if they find... Who do they kill? Like, if you go on Spirit Breaker, you're probably not killing him that easily too. That's the problem for them. And they don't have Blink on you, so... Much more difficult for them.
They're trying to content themselves with a tower. And he does get charged into. Beautiful 2 hero steering chains coming in from NTS. They sets up for the blast off, which enables the kill onto the silencer. Nether Strike. XXX pushes Magnus right back into the waiting hands of Monet, who has shown up for the fight. He got off the steering chains, throwing in these right clicks. He's not being able to kill off the Magnus, though. RP will now be committed by New. However, before NTS can get there, Aether Remnant from Sumail drags the Ember Spirit back, keeps the Morphling alive, at least for now. He does eventually temple, though, as we have a charge going in onto NTS to kill him off by XXX. Wily Smile did his best with the freezing field, but he cannot stand his ground all that long, and he ends up dead as well. They're even TPing in onto the outpost because they don't want to let Planet escape. And they have charge, the Arcane Curse to slow him down, and more than enough damage here. Okay. What's happening?
The taser.
Remember, you still got to get the kill first, brother. There we go.
It was the taser, I guess. He tried to maybe move away from the range or something, but he gets disarmed twice. In any case, a pretty damn good fight from Aster, and you could see the problems. Like, they just don't have the damage to take down these heroes fast enough. Even though the initiation was good, it wasn't... Like, they can initiate, don't get me wrong, but they just can't finish targets off. They barely kill off Morphling even in the end, and that's because of a couple of mines that were planted by the techies, by Planet. Smoke up, charged up, onto the Ember.
They're going directly onto Ember.
He
does have some safety remnants plopped down. but he could still end up Nether Strike and killed here. Oh no, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Nether Strike, but the Aether Remnant.
the global.
Rare mistake from Sumail and a rare mistake from Piggy.
Yeah.
They commit the global after the Aether Remnant missed, so he just gets out for free.
Yeah, the thing was, like, they probably communicated that they don't need global there. They can just initiate with Shadowblade ulti from Spirit Breaker. And they didn't, realistically, they didn't need the global. Unfortunately, they missed the Remnant because of that. They lose both the global and they don't kill off Ember. So, nice opportunity perhaps for LGD to make something happen. Like, they're
big deals.
Yeah, the thing is, like, LGD, they're not in any rush. That's how I feel, at least. For them to play this game, all they need to do is create enough space for PL and not fall behind too hard. Just wait for his Axe. Like, he gets Axe, Manta, Heart of Tarask. Killing the PL is almost going to be impossible.
It's also surprisingly difficult to get a hold of the PL with the Morphling Eggs in a reliable fashion. So you don't get the automatic bonus from that. Mid lane though, Sumail might need some help from his allies. The help will not be coming as he does get brought down. XXX charged in here. At least get some revenge with the Nether Strike onto Planet.
Charge
One
again.
for one affair, but they definitely want more. Charge again, RP will be there from New. It catches two heroes. They finish off Piggy, and now they want XXX. Piggy will buy back, however, forcing NTS to zip to the other side of the river. Ismail will be killed off by Monet. And this fight might be over. Two hero steering chains from NTS skewer back onto XXX, and here comes Shiro, involving himself properly for the first time in this game, and that sets him up to get a kill onto the Spirit Breaker. He potentially wanted to chase Monet, but he had enough mana to get over the river and keep his life on the Water Boy.
Yeah. In the end, Magnus gets the kill. Well-deserved kill because he's the one that broke the charge of Spirit Breaker with the RP. Perfectly placed. Also, just enjoying the way Monet is playing Morphling. It's obviously a good counter to the Ember or a good hero to Remnant in, if nothing else. He uses it very often. Almost in every fight, morphs into Ember. Waveforms, and by the time the waveform is over, he already Sleight of Fisted and chained the target. It's crazy, like, it's very fast. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah. And he makes it look like it's an easy thing to do, right? He's doing it so regularly that, oh, this is just what you're supposed to be able to accomplish on Morphling.
He's doing
That fight also finally gives them the gold lead for PSG.LGD in this game.
Yeah. I think they punished the global mistake on top lane quite well. It was a pretty big one. Sumail, let's say on mid lane, if they initiate on him, he doesn't die if there's global, obviously. Like, you just pop that global defensively, Sumail is absolutely free after. But they didn't have it, and now some things are coming together for LGD. They have Harpoon almost online. Well, 1,000 gold away from Magnus. They're getting closer to... Is that Yules? I think it should be Yules, right? Flying out to Ember. Or is he just going Ags with... No, I think he should have Yules. It's probably in the career. Yeah.
Yule Scepter. We saw exactly how much work Yules can do against the Spirit Breaker already in this tour. And we've seen how much work that item can do with a Magnus. Both of those conditions are met in this game.
Honestly, it's mostly... It's really good versus Spirit Breaker, but I think he buys it because of the silencer. Yeah, global is the most important thing for you here.
It's also good against Void Spirit, right? Because Void has a harder time setting up for Aether Remnant combos now.
Yeah. A lot of useful things coming with the Yules. Yulesiful, I'll stop. Anyways, Phantom Lancer with the Manta, with the Diffusal, getting towards his Ags now. And that Agonist, I feel like it enables him to join fights, but it's still not kind of his peak. The Heart, however, if he does get to that point, it's gonna be a mess for Aster to fight into.
It's farming quite smoothly right now. Has suffered 2 deaths in the game, but for the most part has been allowed to just mind his own business. He is bottom right now, near some Radiant heroes. They could potentially decide to jump him, but they want nothing to do with the PL at the moment. They're still finding farm on their heroes. Want to finish the Ags on Morphling and get this Manta on the Void Spirit. So until those are available, Shiro can pretty much do what he wants. So with this game slowing down a little bit, we've seen a lot of smoke attempts coming in from Team Aster. Not that many jumps from PSG.LGD. But you also said that they are very patient about this game. Now that they have the dual Yules, though, is this maybe not a time to try and make something happen? Even if it's not like a big bombastic move on the map, just to get the tier 1?
They could, and you're completely right. They're smoking up. Ember isn't in the smoke, but here we go. Harpoon. Oh, Global.
What?
What?
Pick you. Pick you. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was...
Okay. No global available now.
Interesting. Keeper of the Light has Vanguard, right? So he had it at the moment, I guess, because it was assembled instead of Octarine, but there is no way he lives through that. Maybe, I mean, there's no way. Literally no way. Zero chance. Even with the Blinding Light, he's gonna get used up. He's not gonna escape. So Global, I'm not sure what that was. A rare mistake.
Well, now we do not have access to this for another 90 seconds. It gives PSG.LGD even more freedom to play around on this map at the moment. Getting crazy amounts of farm on all 3 cores, and all 3 of them have now overlapped the Morphling and are starting to beat him out in net worth. But Aster, yet again, they smoke. Isn't this like... how many times have they smoked this game? That's like number 5 or something.
Yeah, they do have Agonies now. On Spirit Breaker, that is. You've got Spirit Breaker Ags, you've got Octarine Kotl. Like, your Spirit Breaker will be just charging every second in the fights. Some Manta on Void Spirit. I'm not... like, you still don't have Global, so your teamfight is kind of weak, but... Okay.
Sadly, they can't even demonstrate the proficiency of their teamfight right now. They don't find anything. Like you say, they don't have global, so maybe in retrospect, it's for the best that they don't find a hero to go on.
Yeah, the problem is they don't even D-ward. Like, look at this casual, old-school Cliff Ward scouting all of their movements. So if you're LGD, you know you have everything you need to decide the next course of actions.
Well, I don't think Planet caught the memo as he got charged into down bottom.
He's
not going to be able to escape just yet. Yules is up and he's...
not fine.
Well, he's fine in the water. I hear the fountain waters are very calming. Should have a good effect on his body.
Yeah, not sure what he was trying to accomplish. That will open up Roche perhaps, and yeah, it looks like they will go into the pit.
LGD are aware of this. They did trigger the scan over the area.
Yeah, but
too late.
Your PL actually has Axe now. He's got enough gold, he's gonna purchase it, but still, this Aegis will be claimed.
Aegis in tow for the Morphling at the same time as he gets an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
If there's anything that should ever resemble a go time for this Aster lineup, surely this is an amazing timing for them.
Yep. Now we're gonna see if this PL Axe is busted or not.
All right, Shiro, what you got for us? Well, what he has right now is that he's being charged into. Searing Chains will halt in the Spirit Breaker.
Oh,
they will be able to mess up the combo because they wanted the Harpoon, but they got the Yules out first. There's going to be a Global Silence. XXX, nonetheless, still around it. Yule Scepter again onto the Spirit Breaker, and they still haven't killed him off. He's surviving. Finally, NTS finishes him. NTS very deep in the fight as his Ember Spirit, chasing down the Silencer. On the north side, though, LGD are starting to really put the screws and hurt onto the Morphling. Monet losing out on mana, losing out on health.
They still have RP.
And that was life 1. They have RP for life 2, but I'm not sure they need it. They just get off the freezing field. He's trying to TP out. No way, dude. No one gets out that easily. He does have very high strength morph, but it will not matter. They kill him off. They win the team fight. They deny them keeping this Aegis. And now LGD are showing their strength on the map as well.
Yeah, I feel like this lineup is just coming together. The strength of the draft versus Morphling being very well demonstrated in the last fight. What can he do? He morphs into PL. He's trying to do the same thing, but he doesn't have Diffusal. He's not gonna be spamming Spirit Lance everywhere like the PL is. Also, the Magnus, that whole engagement, never used his RP at all. Like, not even once. I feel like right now for Aster, they can't even fight. The BKB is needed on the cow. Once he gets the BKB, I think it's possible, but before that, he's just being controlled way too hard.
It's very scary that that fight went as badly as it did, despite the fact that LGD started it off by overlaying some stuns. And there's a world where things could have turned much positively for Team Aster, but LGD executed well. Shiro's just farming everywhere, so is NTS. So now we have a... Oh my goodness, NTS is also crazy farmed. He's not that far from Aghanim Scepter. That feels really problematic for a game like this, to have that early Ags on an Ember Spirit.
Yeah, he's finding his farm too, and he's gonna be playing with Empower. Like, they have these 3 cores that are really getting a lot of farm. Same can be said for Radiant, just not as much, right? Like, they're also keeping up very well. You'll stop.
Just unfortunately, there's a difference in the impact these heroes can prefer with all this net worth. And in the top lane, indeed, XXX will find himself killed off on the Spirit Breaker. Still no access to a BKB, so those moves pretty much always lead to his death right now.
The Planet was just setting up perfectly. He was waiting on the high ground the moment Spirit Breaker charged in. He gets used. There's also a gem on the techies, so you just cannot escape with Shadow Blade or Bulldoze. Very nicely done.
Radiant's top tower is under
They're reading. LGD is really reading them like a book.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
PSG.LGD. It's kind of intriguing how this game is going right now, given that there was a point where it was looking not super bad for the Radiant lineup, but as time has been going on, they just haven't been able to play uber proactively on the other side of the map, so it's given time to LGD to get everything they want. So now what's the plan? Is there anything that they wait for on the side of Aster before they can move again? Because Aegis didn't work out for them last time. What's the next port of call before they can have an advantage again?
I'm looking at the items that they're buying, and I really think that on Aster, the big one is the BKB, like I mentioned earlier on Spirit Breaker. Everyone else, the items that they're buying, yeah, they're going to be helpful, but I don't feel like they're extremely game-changing. Maybe the Mjolnir on Void Spirit. It's also kind of fun, right? Like, it's not really an item that you see very often on the Void Spirit, but he doesn't even have to use it on himself. You can cast it on Spirit Breaker and make him charge in. One additional way of dealing with the PL illusions. It's always nice. All the procs as well.
That's definitely true. Lots of small instances of damage. Well, it's not small anymore, but you know what I mean. Shiro, speaking of this PL, building into an Eye of Skadi, him and the crew are thinking about forcing through this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
So he's not actually going for... Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Like, he could have went for the heart, but as he bought Linken's, I think Skadi is better. After all, he's playing into Morphling, right? So Skadi will be just a tiny little bit more useful.
It's good into the Morphling. It'll help a bit against the heal from the Coddle. Lots of good stuff to emerge from this item.
Are you going to push?
Looks like it.
They're going to force them
look
back.
where these heroes are from Aster. Yeah. They're not in a good position to defend, so might as well force these TPs.
Yeah, they'll force them back. I'm not sure if they'll commit heavily here, but...
Looks like once the tower's already gotten to halfway, they're thinking about going all in. Big harpoon play coming in from New. He's able to drag back the Coddle, and they kill him off. The BKB from NTS allowing him to have the damage, even through the global silence. Now they want to turn onto XXX as well. They bring him down. Sumail's already been killed in the fight. He tried his best to interrupt this play, but New was right on top of him with the RP. 3 heroes have fallen, and with all these heroes dead, well, that really simplifies whether or not we commit for the full push, Lizard. The answer is yes, and they're going to get it as well.
Yeah, very, very clean. New is finding these pickoffs with the harpoon, even though global is used. it just isn't enough to cover your heroes any longer. Luckily for Aster, at least they have 2 remaining tier 2s, so LGD can't really commit to anything more, and they don't have the resources to do so. Fall back, finish off. I love when he's changing his items. You know, after you explain one reason he changed it, and then you're like, okay, damn, now I have to walk back everything I said. He's not gonna buy. I still think Scuddy, look, I still think Scuddy would be okay on PL, but he goes for Heart. Heart is also extremely good. There's a reason why it's the most popular pickup on PL after X Diffusal. You just spam your Spirit Lance, you go in, you heal up, rinse and repeat.
Just did pick up at least the Reaver itself, so he has north of 3,000 health right now with 33 armor. Good luck killing him.
Yeah. They still don't have the BKB on Spirit Breaker. Like, this is just not the hero at this point, and you can see it in every fight. They just control him way, way too easily.
It's not that hard for them to just move the Spirit come around as they want, maneuver him to their will.
I love the smoke, by the way.
Though.
Yeah. So basically what's happening is LGD knows that Aster has to check it. Pichu, bye.
Peace out, fam. Nice to know you.
Yeah.
That's the part to Roshan open because the big man is online now. He just came back, so they might as well go say hello.
Top tower is under attack.
He's got that. She's got that. Aegis, you can't even split push them because they have Ember. You just TP stop defense. You can remnant back bottom, straight into the pit. It's not the fastest rush, like your heroes don't take it very well, but it's fast enough.
There certainly are no heroes from the side of Team Aster positioned to try and contest this. So they will simply let it go. Heart of Tarask completed while this is happening. With this heart, I'm not so sure Shiro is the one to get the Aegis, but if he gets it, that means he is literally not gonna, he cannot die. I refuse to believe it's possible for them to kill him 100-0 through 3,800 HP, through Lincoln Spheres twice. That's not happening.
Yeah. Extremely unlikely, at least. And I don't know what they buy to make a difference, you know, at this point. The BKB has been completed on Spirit Breaker, so maybe the next fight is going to be a slightly different, but I feel like it came a little bit too late. 4-man smoke.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Basically what they're looking for is a harpoon target, right? Just jump in, harpoon someone out.
Dire's top tower.
And because how effective that is, look at where they have to stand as Team Aster, just to be safe here. They're hugging their tier 4 towers, trying to mount a defense on the tier 3s. Super awkward place to be. The only person that can actually stand outside is Sumail, and he's actually going on to NCS. There's going to be an RP though from New directly onto Monet, the Morphling. Can he get out of here with his BKB? He's trying to move back in towards the base, and he will be allowed to flee. The Spirit Breaker though might not be so lucky. Harpooned outside the base, killed off, and Planet is the one credited with his death.
Yeah, even with the BKB, they find a way to take down the cow. Has to be said, he used it a little bit too late, right? He was already out, but he had no reason to use it earlier. And one thing, Aster, is they're still figuring out who to go on, which was nice.
Yeah.
They tried to go on the Ember, almost brought him down. He had to use cheese.
Ooh, they almost got the catch onto the silencer. Yule Scepter will at least go on to Magnus. Sumail, though, has to jump away from the rest of PSG.LGD as they just mop up the Coddle. No buyback for either of these heroes in the grave right now. And LGD can now mop up this mid lane of Rax, making it
Strong.
2. And honestly, with how strong they are, they should just go for the throne. They bring back Sumail. Void Spirit has no way out. He's frostbitten in place, killed off
That's
quickly.
game.
And honestly, that GG well played is called by Team Aster. They throw in the towel, and game 1 goes the way of PSG.LGD with the power of the Shiro PL.
Yeah, I feel like this was a major